Hello, hello, hello there, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Well, this is December, and we've been able to do a lot of work in the garden. Mostly my husband, of course, but we've been able to really clean up the area, and it looks so good. The garden just looks really, really good. I was able to put in my tulips here, and these chrysanthemums look pretty good. They still have a little green on them, and the rose bushes still have some leaves here. The pachysandra and the other evergreen plants are doing well, and even on this side here, some of my ground covers are looking good, and I like how the barberry bushes are looking together. They look so nice with the lithianthus, I believe it's called, and the arborvitae trees, and even with the rose bushes here on this side of the garden against the deck. This really came out nice, and I think it looks really pretty. And the winter garden is interesting. You see the textures and the different shapes. It's almost like it feels like the beginning of spring, actually, even though we are heading into winter. But right at this moment, it feels that way in the garden. And I was able to get in these bulbs here, and things still look very much alive here in the garden. I'm really impressed with how things have come together. So, we are heading into colder weather. Yesterday it rained, and the temperature right now is in the high 40s. But we know that as time goes on that it will get more and more colder here in the garden. But right now, the garden is just looking very, very nice. And we have been cleaning up, and we have been putting things together. Now I have to decide what I need to do with this pot, if I'm going to leave it out here. And I think I am. I'm just going to clean out the bottom here and cover it so that the water, I don't know, or put something in it. Just make sure that it has really good drainage so that the water doesn't settle at the bottom. I think that's what I'm going to need to do here, so that it doesn't crack. But I do like it out here. I think it would be very bare not having my pot here. The other thing I was thinking of is possibly getting a evergreen tree or shrub and putting it in this container as well. But I do like how the garden looks. It's very sunny out today, so that's why you're seeing a lot of sun. Now, of course, this area of the garden I need to fix. I'm going to clean this up, but later on. Right now I'm going to leave it the way it is, and I usually clean this up in February, so I'm not too surprised about how things look here in this section. But it's amazing how things are growing in the lemiatris really has spread and grown a lot in this section. And then I do like how the geranium, the perennial geranium, has come in. I like the colors here. Just very pretty. Giving the garden a really nice look, even in the midst of its decline. I think it's still pretty. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I want to show you what I did 2 days ago. I kind of cleaned up this area a little bit. I left the bee balm here up because I've been getting a lot of birds in the garden, swallows, and also cardinals. The cardinals have been showing up in the garden, and they eat the seeds, and they've been really eating the worms and things. So I've left them up, and then here I've been able to stake or support the collard greens here, and they look so healthy and beautiful. I did harvest a good portion of the leaves, especially from this one here, and then I put my mint that I have, my ginger mint and candy mint here, and hopefully they will return that I have in the container. So this is just looking so pretty. I just love the leaf structure of this kale. It is pretty. Yes, it is. And just looking back here in the garden. So pretty. I also have here my kale that is doing pretty good here. And then over here in this section, you can see the carrots that are underneath. I am not going to rake up these leaves here and just let them cover the carrots and protect them. And I'm going to remove that though, and I have some leaves that I'm going to use. I know underneath there is some of the greens that are being protected, and it's amazing because that stuff, it's protecting the greens, the leafy greens that I have here in this section. I put together a box of shredded leaves here, and I'm going to use another box to surround this area here. I have another box that I'm going to fill with leaves and put at the other corner, and just as a slight barrier for the kale. And also this kale's looking good too. I moved these pots over here. These pots had my the white pots, they had my basil in them, but I'm thinking that too can be like a little barrier of protection also. And later on I'm going to seed in here, like in like I did last year in the early spring. I planted out some greens here, and they're still here actually. Some of the microgreens that I had that had the mustard greens, You can still see them growing. So this area, I'm going to plant the mustard greens in this area, this patch, like I did last year, which was very, very good. It was very, very good to plant them here. It worked out really nice. So I just wanted you to see this. My kitchen garden is still functioning. I pulled up the tomatoes, so they're not there anymore. And it's looking pretty good. It's just a nice sunny morning. I am so pleased with this. My rose bushes are looking really good here. They are settling in nicely for the winter. And what I did was I added some shredded leaves back here, and I'm going to I put down first some cardboard, and then I put the shredded leaves back here, and that will help to suppress some of the weeds that have been growing here, but also to support my oak tree hydrangea, my oak leaf hydrangea here, and some of my other plants, spirea. These are strawberries, so I'm going to use this strawberries as ground cover up here, and in the spring hopefully it will come up. I planted a lot of tulips in this area, and I think that that's going to look really cute. This is the other side. The rose bushes are still doing very well. The spirea is there. And I also have the lavender. I surrounded the hibiscus plants with pots to keep the roots, protected. So over there in those pots are the lavender. And then in these pots here are some strawberry plants. And then over here is my David Austin rose bush. It's right there in the corner. And here I have sedum. You can see the sedum in this pot. It is very sunny, but it is so pleasant out this morning. it's mild and beautiful. And I do love when it is so green. Grass is just looking beautiful. I just love it. So I just wanted to give you a quick little rundown of what we are doing here in Catherine's Garden and Home, and how we've come a long way here in the garden with the garden cleanup. And it happened rapidly. I was really surprised at how we were able to maneuver this and make it happen. So this is this side. It's just so wonderful. And as you know, I love this side. It is continuing to look really good. And I was so happy I was able to get my tulips in the ground. It just looks really good. I just am so happy to see these bearded iris come up. I'm glad they're getting well rooted, and they're going to be just fine here for next year. Everything is settled in so nicely. It's beautiful. The front yard is looking good too. Yeah, so these mums look good, and I think they may return. Well, I have some work to do here on the deck. I'm going to gather those leaves and put them in a container and put it over by the kitchen garden. But, you know, it is still nice to see. And I have some decorating that I want to do for Christmas. It's not over yet. Maybe some foraging for some of the evergreens, and putting them in the pots there, just giving it a nice little Christmas feel. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Bye. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.